Hello everyone, welcome back to One Piece. This is episodes 961 all the way to 964. I'm really excited to jump into this today. In the last video was some true peak One Piece. Like episode 957 and 958 honestly were just absolutely incredible episodes. It was so exciting. Veritas told me that I was asking for if there's a name for those types of episodes that are like the in-between episodes where we're getting all of the interesting story and stuff. Apparently it's called by the fan base Lore Piece, L-O-R-E, Lore Piece, and then when it gets really good it's Peak Piece. I feel like Peak Piece is all the time. I feel like I've called things Peak Piece just in general when it gets really good. But Lore Piece is a great term for it. That's very helpful. So from now on, hopefully I will remember to call it Lore Piece so that people hopefully know what I'm talking about when I'm like, oh, those episodes where there's gonna be these important story drops and it's in between the arcs and like, what are they called? I can just now simplify it all to 2 words. So very exciting. So that was great. But now I'm just looking down at my notes. Now we are currently in the middle of a backstory for what's his name? It's probably not even in my notes because it's so obvious what his name is. Oden, there you go. I was like, I was looking down at my notes, I was like, please let me have written it down here somewhere, but I didn't because it's like, Oden's, I didn't write down the name Luffy in my notes every episode. And Oden, I was just like, well, I'm gonna remember the name Oden. And I did, eventually. It took me a second. So yeah, we're in the middle of that backstory. I kind of anticipate this whole video is going to be Oden backstory, but I don't know that for sure. Like, all 4 of these episodes might be Oden backstory. There's a part of me that hopes it isn't, just because I'm impatient and always want to, like, get back to the main stuff. But, as always, let Oda cook. If it goes over multiple episodes, like, I feel like, especially with backstories, Oda takes the amount of time that he needs for them, and I feel like generally the anime has been pretty good at pacing the backstories. Like when anime paces, the regular things, like they will stretch it out, and do all the crazy stuff that they normally do, and people often talk about Toei's pacing and stuff. But I feel like in the past, I don't feel like I've ever felt that with the backstories. I feel like the backstories have always felt pretty well paced. So yeah, let's jump into it. Jump into these episodes. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps me out a lot. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, early access, and exclusive videos. You can get the next few weeks of episodes. It's like 3 weeks or so of episodes on my Patreon account right now, or you can get the next 1 week of edited videos on my YouTube membership by joining the YouTube membership down below. I think it now just says like subscribe instead of saying join, which is kind of confusing because you click subscribe initially and then you have to click it again to get, I don't know exactly how it works, but but there's a way you can pay me money to get more content by clicking down below, so feel free to go do that. Anyway, let's jump into this episode 961 of One Piece. Woo! Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. If you're new to this channel, this is the recap Rubik's Cube. It's a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and the goal is to beat the recap. Okay, that's how far I got in the cube. This episode's gonna be called Oden's major fight, the white boar versus Kozuki Oden. Oh lord. Oh my god. No! Hey! Leave him alone. Don't pull him like that. Damn, 1 platinum is that much? That's crazy. shit, dude. Oh my god. Horrifying. Jesus, dude. Oh, look at Hio. Damn. Fuck, he's gonna go crazy. Oh man. I mean, we know she's alive, but oh. Oh. Alright, Oden's got it now. Oh shit. Oh, she's so great. She was looking out for him. Oh, adorable. I'll mourn your death, you idiot. Hell yeah. Fuck this boar up. Oh my god. Jeez. He doesn't care. He needs to get Otsuru back. Oh my god. You just got snouted. Damn, man. Those flashbacks of Suru were so cute. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna chop this baby boar in half if you don't stop. Oh my god. He's taking the heat. And he doesn't care if he's taking the heat, I don't think. Aww. Oh shit. Here we go. Oh! Oh my god, that was awesome. Sometimes I forget we're watching One Piece that has good animation now. Oh my god! Jeez. He was like, I don't have to do anything. Hell yeah, Oden. Oh, she just walks out. Oh. Oh. Holy shit. No one died? No one got like caught on the teeth or anything? Or crushed by the debris? Insane. Hell yeah, Oden. Yeah. He wants to take the fall. I see. I'm never allowed here again. Gonna rip it up. Okay, no. Oh, I'm banned here forever? Alright. Are we gonna jump forward in time a little bit? Aww. Oh, this is great. I can see why. Okay, but also your wife to be, like, pay attention to her as well. You just got her back. The capital leaned slightly forward. That's a funny detail, like everyone getting ready to follow him. Damn. Yasui looks cool. He really, like, Yasui really, like, filled out, like, into his head. Oh my god. Is this supposed to be, what's his name? Why can't I remember his name right now? Orochi? It is Orochi. Man. Do they... Oh, look at this art. So cool. Oh, it's so cute. It's adorable. Oh my god, I love this art. I forgot what I was saying. Something about Orochi. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if Orochi's the same voice actor, because he sounded quite different. Oh my god. What other trouble is he causing? Oh. Oh god. Is he being framed? Yeah! He wouldn't sneak it away. Yeah, I think Orochi has got the money. Please expose him. That's cute. What about Tsuru? Where is she? You just left her? I mean, Kinemon's the sort of person to, like, put his dedication to everything else. You know, dedication to his men, dedication to his country. Before romance. Cool shot. Aww, hardworking. Izo. Kikunojo! Kikunojo as a kid! And Izo was the older one? Do we know Izo? I can't remember an Izo. Okay. Oh my god. That's horrible, but could be way worse. Yeah, I mean, it's very creepy. Oh my god. Kanjuro. Right. He's always yelling at people who follow him. Is this Raizo? Oh. Yeah, it's Raizo. So he just beat a bunch of people up, they followed him. He kept recruiting them. Catching them like Pokemon. Okay. He didn't have to beat up Raizo. Here's Ashura Doji. He hasn't changed much. He looks very similar. Aww. Damn. Well, we knew this part happened. I think we've even seen like a glimpse of this part in a previous episode. Anyway, cool shit. Okay, that was a great episode. Really enjoyed that. I liked oh, sorry. Give me a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I had to check something. So that was a great episode. I loved seeing the recruiting of the different people that we've come to know and like see who they were and how they came into to Oden's crew. I mean, we see like Oden also. It's not like he said, you should follow me, you should come do this. It's purely like he's just charismatic enough and awesome enough that people wanted to follow him. Like that's just the kind of guy he was, that they were like, this guy is something special, and I respect him, and I wanna be by his side. So I think that's really cool. I liked watching that happen, and I'll slowly get the people, and we still got some more to go. There are some people that we don't know much about. I mean, Denjiro, I know that Denjiro was part of it, because we'd heard the name Denjiro before when they were listing the samurai or whatever. But you know, so like, but I don't think we've seen Denjiro in the modern day. And then there's also Izo, who's Kikunojo's older brother. And I mean, it's nice to see Kikunojo when she was a kid. It's like, it seems like her older brother was also quite feminine. So like, I wonder if Izo also was like kind of a trans girl. I don't know. Or if it's just like, maybe that's why Kiku's more comfortable with being feminine, because it's like, oh, my brother was quite feminine, and so like, you know, that's the sort of thing, like when you have an accepting environment, you can like be yourself more. So it could be it. But anyway, but we haven't, as far as I know, we haven't seen Izo, but that's, look, there's a lot, there's a lot in this fucking arc. So we very well could have, and I could like go through all my notes and see if I've written down the name Izo somewhere, but I don't recognize it right away. So it makes me worried that this backstory we're gonna see Izo die, and I would not enjoy that. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, I mean, so that's really cool seeing them. Kanjuro joining the crew because he was someone who went around like cutting people's hair and then like making them into brushes and stuff is insane. That's like an insane way to introduce, because it's like, it's not like such a horrifying thing he was doing that it's like unforgivable or anything. He wasn't going around murdering people. He wasn't going around, you know, doing unspeakable things to people. He was like going around doing something that's definitely a violation and definitely like creepy and bad, but at the same time, it's like, it's just weird enough that you can be like, okay, that was a weird part of his life. Let's just forget that happened. Like, luckily he's not doing it anymore. That's what really matters. So yeah, that's like not what I expected from him, but somehow it feels like it makes sense for his character as well. But yeah, so I enjoyed that whole part of the story. We see Orochi back before, like when he was just a servant, I guess. And I mean, he's basically exactly how I imagined he'd be there. Like, he's, you know, it's a sort of person who is very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like he's a kiss ass. He's trying to claw his way to the top, constantly. And obviously, now that he's at the top, he is he's a piece of shit, because like all he cared about was getting power, and now that he's got power, he's like reveling in it and is taking advantage of it or whatever. It's like exactly the sort of person that I expected him to be when he was younger. And so like when we saw him like jumping on a puddle, I immediately was like, that's Orochi. that's the guy. So yeah, like, what little creep. But yeah, the scene of Oden like cutting that boar in half, and you know, I have no affection for the boar, so I don't care. I don't care that the boar was cut in half, but cutting that boar in half and then like everyone coming out and stuff, like that scene, the animation of that scene was so cool and it was so hype. And I loved the build up to that scene as well of Kinemon going to fight the boar and stuff, and him thinking of Suru, and we had those like scenes of like, you know, people would say to Suru like, hey, Kinemon, we're looking for Kinemon, you know, like he stole stuff from our store or whatever, and she's like, what? No, okay, let me pay you back for it. Like, she was protecting him as much as she could, And then also like him being like, oh, no one will mourn me when I'm gone or whatever, and her getting really pissed off about that. Like, I just think it was so adorable. I just loved seeing all that stuff with her. I mean, I can see why he married that woman easily. And that, like, I would have married that woman on the spot. That's amazing. She's incredible. So yeah, that was a great episode. Okay, let's continue this little backstory. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's a fun backstory. Let's continue it with episode 962. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's? Yeah, recap Rubik's. Alright, that's the end of the recap Rubik's. That's how far I got. This episode's gonna be called the blah blah the blah 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 blah. I can't think of anything. I can't be bothered. Anyone who loves that segment where I try to guess the title, sorry, I'm skipping it for this episode. People who lick their blades, you deserve to be thrown in prison just for licking your blade. That's not true. If it's something you're into, that's fine. Just don't do it out here. Here we go. Those hairy legs, man. Which one of these two is Enma? God damn, man. I just realized, in this backstory, are we gonna see him cut Kaido? That would be crazy. I didn't even think about that. Because at some point he cuts Kaido with Enma. Ashura Doji is always like surprisingly strong, I feel like. I never expect him to like hold up against the people he's facing. But he does. Look at this. Whoa! Holy shit. Yeah, Ashura Doji's done, surely. Surely? Maybe not? Sorry, I took them all out without you. Damn. Damn! Badass. He's not gonna do that. Ashura Doji is so pessimistic about the future constantly, like even today. Hell yeah. Look how low-key the Shogun seems, you know? Compare it to Orochi. This guy's just like chill. Ah, oh, look. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. That's dope. Damn! The Shogun's cool, the previous Shogun. Aww. This music is a party in the USA. I'm probably thinking about the future. Aww. So like he gave Ashura Doji like the little bit of hope. So like Ashura Doji then regressed pretty heavily after Oden died. Oh. He's a fun protagonist. I like him. I like following him. Six years later, okay. 33 years before present day. Whoa! Oh shit, oh shit. Ooh. It's cool seeing all of their younger designs. Like, really cool. Komatsu? Oh my god. Oh. Whoa, these mid-cards are awesome. Are they gonna continue to do this? Whoa! Are they gonna continue to do this, or is this like a temporary thing? Cause it's so cool having like different art there. Oh. Right. It's Nekomamashi. I thought for a second I thought it was what the fuck's his name? The big mum pirate. Pecoms. But Nekomamashi makes more sense. Jeez. Jesus. Thank goodness he's here. He's gonna hit them all with a fish. I've never seen people more deserving of being crushed by a fish. And I never thought I'd say that. Yeah, they're kids. Untie us. Oh. Well then wait. Wait! Just relax. Wait! Don't be a brat, oh my god. Well then wait! Oh yeah, yeah. Right, you're a fishman. I forgot you weren't a mink. You're a fishman. That makes sense. Oh. Yes, you did. And for that, we'll have to execute you. That was a good punchline. He just keeps adopting people. Aww. This is... we saw this bit, right? Oh. Wait. Wait. I have something to talk about in the discussion. Izo might have just clicked for me. Adorable. This is very cute. This is a fun group. They've done a good job of getting me attached to them. Whoa, this is cool. Whoa. Awesome. 3 years later, 30 years before the present day. I like that they're updating us on the time later and the time before the present day. It's useful, honestly. Oh my god. Oh, they look awesome. Finally, Kinemon's looking like himself. Oh, so cool. That's so cool. You've changed. It's amazing. Aww. Oh no, no, don't show, motherfucker. Orochi, you douche. Oyashi? Yeah, it's fucking Whitebeards. I heard the Oyashi. Is that Whitey Bay? Marco? And they're gonna recruit Izo. Oh. Okay. Oh, hang on. I forgot to go to this grid. Okay. It's so, hold on, my book is over here. It's so satisfying when I come to realizations on my own instead of just being told them by commenters. Like, I don't blame commenters for telling me stuff, and in fact, I appreciate it a lot of the time. Because, you know, it's important for me to, like, get the context of what's going on a lot of the time. But when I can, like, realize something on my own, it's really satisfying. So, I'd said in, was it the previous episode? Or was it, like, last video? It was the previous episode. I was like, okay, who's this Izo person? We don't know who Izo is. And then as they grew up, we saw that scene again with Yasui, and I was like, oh yeah, we've seen this scene before. And then I remembered what I said last time we saw that scene, which is, hold on, is that the guy from Whitebeard's crew? And so I thought, what's the, like, best way to spoiler-free look up this information? Like, I don't want to just Google Izo necessarily, because like, you know, what if it ends up being a different character and I'm wrong about that or whatever. Like, I didn't know what the best way, and I was like, you know what, I could go back and look at the Marine Fit episodes, and then I was like, no, I have a better idea. I own this manga which has Whitebeard's crew in it, so I picked up this manga, I flicked through it, I found this panel with that character. My name is Izo and I will be the speaker for this ceremony. That's Izo right there. So we do know Izo. We've known Izo the whole time. Now for a lot of you, you might be like, well, yeah, duh, I knew that. I didn't remember his name. So for me, this is like huge that I put this together but myself. You know, they're about to have it happen, but it was very satisfying, like, finally putting the pieces together and being like, Kiku's brother is Izo, who we've met before on Whitebeard's crew. It makes sense. So, I'm really satisfied with that. And then at the end, we see Whitebeard's here. So I imagine they're going to show Izo being taken to Whitebeard's crew. Now that makes me think, is it possible that Denjiro, is that what his name is? Do I have it written down anywhere? Denjiro, yeah. Is it possible that Denjiro, like, have we met him before as well? Was he also on Whitebeard's crew at some point? I don't quite remember that. I just remember Izo because I always thought Izo looked very cool and was a very cool character. So, like, he's stuck in my head. But yeah, anyway. That's really fucking awesome. So, I didn't, like, so we know Kiku's, sibling, which is awesome. I love the way a lot of this stuff ties in. It just makes the world feel so lived in, you know? Like, it's not like, oh, Izo was a major character, but just like that Izo was someone we knew and was like kind of a minor character, but still somewhat important and memorable. Like, just those little tie-ins make it feel, you know, it's not like, oh, Marco was here, you know, like one of the major characters, like it was Marco, who's Kiku's brother or something. It was like a character that we saw a few times, and that, like, his aesthetic already lended itself to Wano, so it makes sense he came from Wano, so they tie it into the bigger stuff. Like, I I feel like it's all really, really cleverly done constantly, where it's like whenever there's a tie-in to somewhere else in the world, I never feel like it's just Oda being like, oh, I should try to tie it into an old character. It always feels authentic. Whether or not it is does not fucking matter. It doesn't matter if Oda came up with this on the spot here. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the thing with Ace being Gold Roger's son. I think that was like, it was a not necessarily like a last minute thing, but I think he sort of like came up with that theory as the series was going on, and came up with that idea, and then at some point he was like, you know what, I'll make that happen. I think he did that like pretty late in the process, but it doesn't matter. Like, if you can fit that into your story and make it work and make it feel natural, it's amazing. So like that is, to me, just as good as if you planned it out. Like, I mean just as good. I have a lot of respect for those people like Isayama from like the Attack on Titan writer and stuff, who like their thing is like, they sit down, they plan out their entire story. I'm sure they don't plan out everything, but they plan out a lot of their story. They have all the links in place that they want to do, and then they write it. That's really, really impressive. It's not the way I do things, but it's really, really impressive. But I have just as much respect for the people who sit down and they go, let's write chapter 1. And then they go, let's write chapter 2. And how can chapter 2 tie into chapter 1? And then they go, let's write chapter 3. And how can chapter 3 tie into chapters 2 and 1? And then they keep doing that, expanding on it further and further as it goes. I have equal respect for them, because like, different people write in different ways. I'm more of the latter. When I write stories, I write them sequentially, because I'm also like trained in improv. And also I play a lot of like TTRPGs and stuff, right? And when I say trained in improv, I actually mean like I went to when I was growing up, I went to acting school for a lot of my life. For like, it would have been a good like eight years or something of my life. And it was like, you know, after school once a week I went to acting classes. And in those acting classes, you know, I was taught improv as well. Like, that was generally, it was like a 2-hour class, and the first like 45 minutes or whatever was improv stuff. And I also, you know, sort of fell in love with that. And then I also fell in love with TTRPGs like D&D. And D&D is improv, but it's improv storytelling, like serious storytelling in improv. And I've seen how good D&D can be at storytelling. And yet it's like 8 people sitting at a table. I mean, 8 people, maybe a lot for you guys. I play on the YouTube channel Dice Revolution. I play with my friends, and we have a lot of people at our table, but for some people it's generally like 4 or 5 people. But it's like a small group of people sitting at a table, and each of them is improvising a bit of the story, and then you just keep moving forward, you know? And there's still like, sometimes you can have some really beautiful, awesome story moments that it's like, holy shit, it feels like we wrote this. It feels like we planned it out in advance, and yet like we didn't, you know? And I've had some of my most satisfying storytelling moments in D&D, you know? Like, I've had my character in campaign 1 of Dice Revolution. I played a character called Tywin Shawshot. I felt like he had a character arc throughout the entire campaign that felt very natural, where it's like he started off the series as like what seemed like an edgy lone wolf type dude, and by the end of the series he's like kind of a leader. He's like kind of respected. He's like a pretty calm dude who doesn't make as many mistakes anymore. We had like a session where he got married, or like I ran a one shot where he got married, and it was set at his wedding, you know? And I just like, I felt like it had like a really natural arc, and it was fun. And it's like, I didn't plan any of it, you know? Like, I planned that I wrote his backstory, and I planned sort of what he sounds like and acts like, and then I just like watched where it took me. I was like, I didn't necessarily go like, okay, by the end of the campaign he's gonna be like this and he's gonna be acting like this and talking like this. I just let it happen, and it's amazing what it can do. So that's what storytelling can be. And with and so like I have that with D&D, and you know, stuff like Breaking Bad, that's kind of how Breaking Bad was written, and that's like, to me, one of the best TV shows of all time. And Better Call Saul is like also one of my favorite shows of all time. And like Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan fully admits they're making it up as they go along. He was like, how do I get this to work? Okay, maybe I'll do this. Okay, how do I get this to work, you know? And then Better Call Saul as a TV show is all him going, yeah, okay, here's some like throwaway things that we did in Breaking Bad. How can I now try to make it make sense, you know? So like in Breaking Bad, they at one point mention Ignacio and Lalo, and like, they're like, okay, well, Saul is clearly scared of Lalo, is trying to pin it on Ignacio. And he says that once, there's one line in Breaking Bad. And so in Better Call Saul, they're like, how can we make that happen? So they write a whole fucking show around it. And Lalo becomes one of the coolest villains in media history. Lalo is like an incredible, incredible villain. And Ignacio is like one of the most interesting characters in the entire fucking show as well. And all of it just ties together so well. It's like, I love that kind of storytelling. So I don't like, you know, I don't know which it is a lot of the time with Oda, and I love that because it's clear that sometimes he plans it out and sometimes he makes it up, and all of it's great. Because when you really can't tell which of these he planned out, that's good writing. That's amazing. Anyway, all that to say, I'm just happy Izo. Izo's here, and I got who Izo was. Yap. I'm talking about all the stuff that's not One Piece, and I've probably done that exact discussion many times, but I'm excited. So I'm looking down at my notes again. Oh, I just got so distracted by the Izo stuff that that I'm not even looking at stuff. So so the previous Shogun was just like a cool guy, you know? Like I like when they show him and he's just like smiley and chill, and he also like, he's not dumb. It seems like he's doing what he has to do. I mean, he was the one who made the final decision on Oden being disavowed or whatever, right? But then he saw that Oden was like doing good things, and he was like, nah, you know what? He's done his time. Let's bring him back. And that makes perfect sense, you know? Like, we said to fuck off. You fucked off. You made something good out of it. And now we reward you for that. That's how society should be, you know? Like, hey, you made mistakes in our eyes, so we're gonna give you time to try to make up for them. Oh, you made up for them? Great. Come back. That's it. Like, that's as simple as it should be. And I love that that's how they handled it. So that was really nice. And I like that they just show, like, he's a pretty chill guy, you know? There's a thing on my seat. His assistant or whatever, like, ran up to him and was like, you know, Shogun, I got something you gotta see or whatever. But like, what surprised me about that is like, the Shogun was sitting there like playing a game in a small room with an open door. Like, to me, that doesn't scream royalty, you know? Like, that doesn't scream like I'm better. He's not sitting on a throne at the back of a mansion. He's in like a small room. He's playing a board game and the door's open. Like, it's such a small thing, but it's like, it's a very, like, you know, come in. It's allowing people to feel like they're welcome around you. And I really like that small moment. It's nice. The mid cards in this show right now, like, okay, so I was like, the mid card of Luffy doing this, and then the mid card of Zoro doing that. And like, both of them, like, they were very, very cool mid cards, and I liked them a lot. But I was saying, like, can we change them? Can we like have some of the other crew members? And they never did that. But if they're gonna be doing mid cards, okay, my Crunchyroll, I just got to the screenshot that I wanted, and my Crunchyroll reset. So it like went back to the start of the episode. But this, if they're gonna be doing stuff like this mid card here, you know, like where they have 2 different characters or whatever. Like, that's so cool. We see Oden, and then they do like the same thing, and then we see Luffy in the same thing, but the mansion or whatever is destroyed. Like, it's so cool having like 2 parallels, and they keep doing it, and they've done it like many times with different images there. Please keep doing it. I don't think they will. I think they're only doing it for this flashback arc. But it's so good. It's so good. When shows, like, because you only have to do 1 drawing. Or two drawings, maybe. No, I think it's only 1 drawing. Because the other stuff, the, like, build up to it with, like, Gold Roger laughing or whatever, that they've reused. And that's fine. You just have to do one extra drawing per episode. And just, like, make it really cool like that. And it would be amazing, you know, just hire 1 guy to put on it. Like, just hire 1 guy and go, hey, you're in charge of the mid cards. Every week, come up with a new mid card. It's gonna be tough, but that's your only job. We'll pay you the big bucks, it's your only job. Just do that. I know it's not that simple. That's like, it's not that easy to make a TV show. But I love that they've been doing that lately, and I hope they keep doing it, you know? Because then I'll forgive them, if they do that, I'll forgive them for not having the different crew member mid-cards, you know? Like, just having the Luffy and Zoro ones is fine, if they end up doing this instead. But if they don't, if they go back to just the Luffy and Zoro ones, and we never get any other ones, and I never get, like, a Nami mid-card, I'm gonna be mad! Yeah, anyway. There's other stuff in my notes, but I'm just too excited. We're moving on to the next. We're moving on to the next episode. This is episode 963 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay. Recap Rubik's. I doubt it's gonna last long, but here we go. Is it already done? I don't recognize this. I think it's already done. That's how far I got. Damn, that was cool seeing all iconic locations. Alright, Whitebeard's here. Might be cool to see some Whitebeard in his prime. Yeah, this is Whitey Bay, right? I remember her. The Moby Dick is such a cool ship as well. And he's powerful. Yeah. I thought you would sense that. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oden's facing off against the strongest man in the world. Oh shit! This episode is gonna be called Whitebeard vs. Oden, a battle of... I don't know. I'm so bad lately. Oh, that's a cool shot. Yeah, he is. Oh my god, he's a fucking roadrunner. Oh my god. This is so cool. Just seeing a Whitebeard Oden fight. Oh my god. Getting to see Whitebeard animated this well as well. It's a treat. Oh! Gonna crack the earth open. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god! Did we ever see him punch someone and use the tremor at the same time? Feels like that would be insane. Do you like break his skull by punching him and then tremoring his head? I mean, yeah, we know he joins Roger's crew, right? Not Whitebeard's. And they somehow end up recruiting Izo. Oh, Izo with the double guns. Yeah, that's the look I know him with. Well, Ace will end up trying to kill your captain and you'll take him on. Yeah, poor Moby Dick. Good point. I was wondering why he'd turn him down. You know, since we know he takes in Ace, but that makes sense. Okay. With Ace, he saw that he could bring him around, you know. With Oden, he doesn't see that. Well, Luffy doesn't. You can still lead a ship even if you're not, if you don't know what you're doing. Kinemon's like too much of a goody two-shoes now. After going from a criminal to being like the biggest rule follower. You had to evolve into that role to like keep Oden out of trouble. To like lock him away. So then what about Roger? How does the Roger thing come into it? Oh, that's sick! That marine fin image. Aw, cute. 2 weeks later, I'm writing a letter nightly. Now my life gets better every letter that he writes me. Oh. How does Izo go with them? How does it happen? You have to follow him and watch him piss. You have to watch him piss. I'm sorry. That's part of your job. He would have been, but Whitebeard's right. He wouldn't have worked under you. True. Puts a major target on your back. Aw, they just left a bunch of money for him? Nice. Oh my god, Oden's like forcing himself aboard. Oh, Izo! I knew you would do this! Oh my god, is this how Izo joins? Just in going after Oden? Yeah! Oh, that's so cool! Oh, Yaji likes you. Oh. They're calling her Okiku, so now, at some point she accepted that she was a woman in between before and now. Because Okiku is the feminine, the O is the feminine thing, right? Mm-hmm. Damn! He's barely hanging on now. Oh, well, I mean, he's gonna take on that challenge. But we know he doesn't go with him, so does Izo end up convincing him? Oh my god, he still held on to the chain with his teeth. Be funny if they were like purposefully like knocking him into icebergs to try to get him to drop. An hour to go, wow. He likes him. Yeah. He really likes him, that's so cute. Oh my god, did he drop? Oh, he probably hasn't quite yet. Everyone wants him on the crew. That's so cute. This is similar to Ace at the start, you know? They hate Whitebeard so much, but he ends up winning him over. Oh! Toki! Toki! I forgot about Toki! With the time fruit. She's not a tramp, she's a lady. She's very pretty. Wow. Whoa. So she's about to use her power, but then she doesn't end up having to. Oh my god. This is not how I thought these two would meet. Awesome. I'm really enjoying this backstory. This backstory is so much fun. I'm just having a great time with it. I think this is, you know, one of my favorite of these sorts of like legendary figure backstories that Oda's done, I think. I just think, like, I mean, you know what? Honestly, the art style and animation of this arc is making this more enjoyable as well, because like it's kind of a visual treat to be watching these episodes as well. And that's kind of the thing, like when a show looks really good, it's so much easier to get through even the slower bits of a show. I mean, this isn't slow. Honestly, this is actually pretty decently paced. But just like it's easier to get through the bits of the show that, like, even if it's like, you know, not necessarily what you're looking forward to, if it looks really nice, it's like, well, this is worth it. This is worth watching. But I also think just the story of this and the characters and all of that is great here. It's really, really good. But, you know, it's part of the reason that I loved episode 957. Was that what it was? So much, is the one that was directed by my beloved. Because like, you know, it was a lore piece episode and they're already amazing. But I loved that one extra because it was also like a visual feast. I just, like, visually, it was one of the most incredible things I've seen in a while. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Anyway, this is a great episode. It was so much fun. We got to see some Whitebeard versus Oden fight. We got to see him do like a tremor punch on Oden, which was very cool. But like the thing that Whitebeard says makes a lot of sense. He's like, I don't think you'd serve under anyone. Like his reasoning was also like, if we take you, we're basically kidnapping royalty, and that's definitely not an easy thing. But like, you probably won't work under someone makes a lot of sense. And you know what? Like, it may be true, or it may not be true. It, like, what may end up happening is, like, he wouldn't end up working under anyone except the King of the Pirates. Like, this might be a way to show truly how amazing Roger really is by going, look, like, Whitebeard is one of the most, like, respectable men we've ever met in this series. Like, from what we've seen throughout the series, I think most people have such an incredible opinion of Whitebeard. Like, he is a legend. And, like, people think about, I feel like when people think about the series, they think about, like, Whitebeard screaming, the One Piece is real, you know? Like, him, like, standing up to all of those motherfuckers. Like, he is as close to a legendary pirate as we've ever gotten, I feel like. You know? Like, if Roger, like, remember a few episodes ago or whatever, where I was talking about how it's interesting that Roger, that we've yet to see, like, what was so legendary about Roger, you know? Like, I had felt like, we know what's good about him because we've been told, but we really haven't seen that many, like, legendary things about Roger. Like Whitebeard is not like that. Whitebeard, we've felt his legendary status. We've seen it up close. We've seen it in the flesh through backstories and through current times, like when he was in Marineford. So we saw like this guy's a legendary pirate. So like Whitebeard is like what people say Roger is. You know what I mean? Like Whitebeard has had that status in this series. Now I don't doubt that Roger is, you know, as good, if not even better. But, like, we've seen it through Whitebeard. So, I think to use that character in this situation to show this is a guy that turned Oden down because he didn't think he could, like, play nice in his crew. Like, or, you know, not necessarily play nice, but that he could, like, fit into his crew. I think what that's doing is building it up to show... So, literally, the only person in the world whose crew he could fit on would be Roger's. Like, the only one. Because anyone else's crew, because like Whitebeard would be number 2 and he couldn't even fit on Whitebeard's crew. So really fucking interesting. And I like the use of that in this. And then we also get to see how Izo comes aboard his ship, which makes sense and is cool. And then he met Toki. And Toki's pretty, even though she looks like every other One Piece woman, really, just with different colored hair. She's very pretty. I like her. And that's the thing with Oda. Like, I think he's so incredible at character designs. And I mean, people talk about this all the time, but he does design like the same woman over and over and over and over again. but it is a really nice look, you know? Like, even though he's designing very similar women often, I still always like it when it pops up. Because, like... They always look very pretty and nice, and I like that art style, and I like that design. So yeah, anyway, really cool shit. Let's move on to the next episode, and the final episode we're doing this video. This is episode 964 of One Piece. Here we go. Oh my god, no recap this time? This episode is gonna be called Gold Roger Arrives. And that's it. That's the entire title. Don't worry, he's much more handsome normally. Yeah, he had a lady needing help. Oh my god. I like her yellow boots. They kind of don't fit with her style, but I like it. So he only stopped to save Toki. Yeah, he's just a regular dude. That's fun. Yeah, you're still pretty fucking injured. Would you like to be my wife? Have children with me? Yeah, it's very Wano-like. I wish you were in a bikini. Oh, she just looked up to Wano? Nice. That's why the boots. That's why the boots don't fit. Captain Karma? The fuck is going on here? These fucking dudes. No, it's okay. You can handle them. He reminds me a lot of Luffy, I feel like. Which is probably why Gold Roger takes a liking to him. And why everyone takes a liking to Luffy in the modern day. What? Oh my god, Whitebeard? Why is he here? I thought they just would have sailed away and never thought of him again. They came back? Did he? I don't remember him. Oh, okay. Thank you for the update. I don't remember him at all. Yeah, that's... I think I'd be the same. Wow. So did he recruit on him? Maybe he did end up joining the Whitebeard Pirates. I can't remember. Aww. My little brother. Is not his son? He's like giving him a higher status? Maybe they did at some point say that he served on both the Whitebeard Pirates and Gold Roger's crew. These two are here. He'll be like, it's fine, whatever. They're my sons too. Welcome, my son. I don't want to go back to Wano. Aw, that's the start of his adventure, and now we're gonna see the start of Oden's adventure. Yep, nice, very cool. Damn, man, Oden had quite the fucking backstory. Like, I feel like we're nowhere near done. There's several things in my mind that I'm like, we still have to cover a lot. This might end up taking the next, like, 30 episodes. No, realistically, I bet it's like 7 or 8. That's alright, he'll learn. Aww. Whoa, Yari. Giants? Yep. So is this an Elbaf? Or is it just a giant they came across? Ain't that the truth? She's 26, but who knows what year she's from? Yeah, there you go. 800 years ago. Good, he's not a flat earther. Aww. Yeah, good question. Oh. Okay. Oh. A budding romance. Oden's like too dense. Everyone else is like, oh, they're in love. Don't get in the way. Don't cockblock him. They're flirting. It's adorable. Even the birds are like, we gotta get out of here. We don't want to get in the way of this love. Yeah. It's funny calling Wano free when I wouldn't describe it as free, but they are free from the government. Oh. Yeah, huh? Momonosuke! So we still need, what's her name to be born, right? I can't remember her name. Why can't I remember her name? Komurasaki. What's her name? Hiyori. Hiyori. We need Hiyori to be born still. Uh-oh. Well, he's not here. Oh my god. If Orochi is the proxy. Oh god. Orochi is the proxy, and he just never was released from the proxy state. So he was lying about that bullshit. Building up his reputation as like, oh, Oden and I were like this, you know, we were so tight. Oh, what the fuck? That's Teach? Didn't look anything like... Well, now it does, now that I see it. Wow. There's no way that's the same voice actor, is it? That would be impressive if that's the same voice actor doing Teach there. Because he sounds nothing like him. That's Oda saying, I don't know how I'm going to finish the story. Gold Roger! Shanks! Cool. Yeah, I know who that is. One Piece, I know. I think I got that one. Okay, another great episode. I really enjoyed it. So we see in this episode, I mean, we saw a lot of cool stuff. We saw like Toki talk about Wano and say she likes Wano, and also her parents were from Wano. Not that really, I don't think, can play into anything necessarily, because her parents would have been from 800 years ago. So it's not like they're still going to be around. I wonder if there's going to be any lore things with her parents. I'm not quite sure. I mean, if you have a character from 800 years ago, you really could use that character to do some big lore drops, but you could also not. You could also just be like, no, we're using her character to, you know, send characters to the future, like Momonosuke and Kinemon and all them. But we're not actually gonna like go into other stuff about her, which, you know, would make sense as well. I mean, she doesn't seem like the type to talk about history or anything. Nor, you know, she may not even know a lot of the history. She had like singular focus. It seems like she's mostly using her power for her own goals, you know? She wants to go see Wano, and she was like, and whenever she gets in danger, it seems like she just goes to the future, right? Because she was like being surrounded by those pirates. She was about to use her power just to jump into the future. So she's like, all right, I'll just jump forward a few months and they'll be gone. I imagine is the idea. Which is kind of handy, you know, like to them, she just disappears and they're like, where'd she go? And they're not going to be like, we're going to wait right here until she appears again. Like after like 12 hours, they're going to be like, no, okay, she went away. She's gone. So yeah. I'm looking at my notes. Hold on. It's funny, the idea of like Captain Karma, where like they had Captain Karma come in and they did all that stuff, and then the narrator was like, oh, by the way, Captain Karma was in the Marineford arc, and it's like, oh, great. Cool. It's like, sometimes it's like, it's such a small detail that the narrator has to come in and be like, hey, just so you know, we're also tying this in. Like, the narrator's like, I know you remember Izo. We're not going to bother explaining the Izo bit of it, but do you remember this obscure character? And no, I didn't. I didn't remember Captain Karma, but there you go. So did Whitebeard... Well, firstly, I may have misremembered. Like, they might have said... Because I remember them saying that Oden was on Roger's crew. I didn't remember fully if... Which I think now that I'm thinking back to it, this might have been true. They might have said he served on both Roger and Whitebeard's crew, which is crazy. So I was watching the previous episode under the impression that he never ends up joining Whitebeard's crew, and now I find out I'm wrong about that. He joined Whitebeard's crew. So I kept thinking about, like, how is it going to be that he doesn't end up joining them? And then they showed him, like, going to the island to save Toki instead. And I went, oh, okay, that's how. But no, that didn't end up being how, because he did join Whitebeard's crew. And he's sailing the world and stuff. So
A lot of the discussion that I was doing last episode is null and void, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So yeah, that was very cool. And seeing Teach in this episode was crazy. It's funny whenever they show Teach, and it's just like they show him as like this nice, friendly guy, you know, and they're showing him with the idea that like, hey, this guy's gonna be a real fucking problem in the future. Like, we as viewers know that, you know, but like obviously at the time, there's absolutely no way that they could know. Anyway, very cool. Okay, let's do the final thing that we do in this video, which is we're gonna watch a One Piece song. So last time, it wasn't Headliners last time, was it? No, Headliners was ages ago. I only just edited the Headliners video, that's why I thought that. Last time was the Luffy A Sabo video. So this time is Magellan. Interesting. That's very strange. So like they choose some weird characters for these, I feel like. But okay, let's see a Magellan song. It's called Hell on Earth. Here we go. Okay. Sounds like a buggy song, to be honest. I mean, again, it kind of sounds like a Nightmare Before Christmas song. I just feel like it's possible they have a lot of people who are like Danny Elfman fans working on their music. This is cool. I mean, yeah, it's just a cool song. There's not a crazy amount to like comment on in it. It's like pretty standard. The instrumentation's pretty fucking good, I gotta say. Oh. It's like, it's so standard, the lyrics as well. It's just explaining what a prison is. The instrumentation is very good. I like it a lot. The line. Why is this on the left? Oh. Okay. Cool. Nothing to say about that one. It's a fine song. Just absolutely no comments on it. Anyway, that's One Piece episodes 961 to 964. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.